All right, everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something super important for your funeral home or crematory. Getting your business to show up at the top of Google Maps when people search for services in your area. Now, when you search for something like funeral home near me on Google, you get that map, right? And it has a few businesses that are listed there. Now, that's what we're focused on. That is where we believe that getting your business to show up there more often will drive more traffic, more calls from at-need families to your funeral home. So Google's always tweaking how businesses get ranked in those listings. So I'm going to break down what's been changing and how you can stay ahead of that curve. Now, why does this matter? When your business ranks high on Google Maps, most people are going to see your name first, right? This means that more families are going to reach out to you, which leads to more calls, services, and ultimately more revenue. Now, the funeral industry is super competitive, especially with big companies and new cremation only providers popping up. But by using the right strategies, you can stand out and get more visibility in your local market. So I'm going to be sharing the tips and tricks that we've learned from working with all of the funeral homes and crematories that we work with across the country so that you can get a clear idea of what works best to help your business grow. And this session on Google Maps ties perfectly into what we call the accelerated growth model, which is a system that's designed to keep your funeral home or crematory in a constant state of growth. Now, really what it boils down to is three key steps, right? Driving traffic, maximizing conversions, and optimizing those results. Now, first, we drive traffic to your business through organic search, like ranking higher on Google. Then there's paid ads and using your existing database of past clients. Next, we maximize conversions. Now, this means that having a website that's built to turn visitors into clients, right? Managing your reputation by getting positive reviews to stand out from the competition and using automation to follow up with leads quickly. Now, this helps turn more inquiries into actual calls and services and even turns one-time clients into repeat clients, right? That's how we gather those families, get them, and then have them do business with us generation after generation. Now, finally, we optimize the results. This is where we get smart about how much we need to spend on marketing to hit the growth goals that we've set. So we track things like the exact cost per lead, and then we tie it all in back to management software, CRM, so that you can clearly see how your investments are paying off. Now, no one wants to really throw money at marketing, SEO, or social media without really knowing if it's bringing in the calls and services. So with this growth model, every dollar that you spend on marketing is tracked so that you can see your ROI, your return on investment, and be sure that it's growing your business the way that you want. And really, where this sits today is over here in the organic side of the equation. All right, so let's break this down in the simplest terms. When we talk about driving leads, it means getting potential customers, families who need your funeral or cremation services to find you. We do this by making sure that your business shows up when people search on Google, especially in the Google Maps. Now, maximizing conversions is all about turning those people who find you into actual clients, and optimizing results means making sure that the money that you spend on marketing is giving you the best possible return. Now, when we mention organic traffic, we're talking about getting your business to rank high on Google without having to pay for ads. Now, this includes showing up in the regular search results and on the Google Map listings. Organic traffic is great because it brings in the highest quality leads at the lowest cost. Now, people who find you this way are actively looking for funeral services, which makes them more likely to actually reach out. So in today's session, we're focusing on organic strategies, right? Getting your business ranked on Google Maps and in search results to help you get more leads without spending a fortune on advertising. What's the benefit? Most families will find you, more calls will come in, and they're going to come in at a lower cost than traditional paid ads. It's the most effective way to grow your business and protect your market share. So please, if you're on this session today, we ask you, please turn off your cell phones, turn off your Facebook, any tabs that you might have open. If you own a funeral home or crematory and you're serious about getting better results with Google Maps, then the next 60 minutes or so can absolutely change your business. And I promise you, I'm going to give you the best insights that we have available on how to get ranked on the map so that you could get more calls. And here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to go over the latest updates to the Google Map listings. Since those search results are always changing, it's really good to know what the latest updates are. I'm also going to walk you through the 5 biggest issues that could be stopping your funeral home or crematory from ranking higher. And this is all based on information from top experts, right? We'll also share our proven model for getting ranked in the Google 3-pack. That's the top 3 businesses that show up in your service area. Plus, I'm going to introduce you to some of the best tools available, right? There's always something new that's coming out to make things easier. AI is a hot topic right now, for example, and while we need to be careful with how we use it, I'm going to show you how it can help you streamline your strategies and boost your results even faster. So let's dive in. And who am I? My name's Oscar Guerrero. For those who don't know, I am the founder of Funeral Marketing Pros. I have over 10 years of hands-on experience in different aspects of digital marketing, from technical SEO to meta ads and email marketing. I have a track record of success. I've helped hundreds of small to medium-sized businesses generate over $100 million. I'm also a 7-figure agency mentor, which basically I help smaller agencies become $1 million plus businesses. But more important than any of that is the experience that I've gained working with funeral homes and crematories in competitive markets across the country. I've seen many go from barely ranking to becoming the dominant player in their market with significant revenue growth during our time together. Now, what I'm sharing with you today isn't based on theory or something I've read online. It's based on hands-on experience managing Google Map listings just like yours. We are a full-service agency that's focused on helping funeral homes and crematories grow. We have a team of over 20 full-time employees, and this is what we do day in and day out, right? That's from creating websites to writing the content, updating the Google listings, managing paid search strategies, and tracking the results. So we're here to help you dominate your market. Now, with today's session, we're going to be focused on Google Maps. So let's dive in. So the real question that we need to ask is, do Google Map rankings even matter anymore, right? With all the changes to the algorithm, it's easy to wonder, right? Now we've got local service ads at the top, more paid ads than ever. Then we have the map listings, and even organic listings are actually getting pushed down further on the Google search engine ranking page. So is it really worth the effort to rank on the map anymore? Should we even bother optimizing for it? So I want to break down some data and give you a clear picture of what's actually going on. So I'm a big believer that Google Map rankings still matter. And here's why. There's a study done by Moz recently, and the numbers really stand out. They analyzed the organic search results for local service companies and found that 71% of all clicks are happening on the first page in the organic listings, not the paid ones, right? Now, of those clicks, 67% are going to the first 5 listings. And here's where it gets even more interesting. At least 44% of those clicks are heading straight to the map, right? So, despite all the changes in how search results are shown, map listings are still pulling in a huge amount of traffic. It's absolutely worth the effort to optimize for them. And sure, the map listings may have shifted down a bit, and the results look a little different now, but here's the deal. Your customers still prefer clicking on the map. They're looking for businesses in those non-paid spots, right? They'll click, call, and follow up with the businesses that they find there. So even with the map changes, the map is still a prime spot to get noticed by people who are actively searching for funeral homes and cremations. It's just a huge opportunity for visibility. So yes, Google Maps still matters. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle when it comes to getting in front of potential customers, especially those who are at need. Let me back this up with some research and real world results. One of our clients, Bear Memorial Funeral Home in San Antonio, Texas, is a great example. Now, if you run searches in his county for keywords like funeral services, cremation, or memorial planning, Bear consistently not only appears in the Google Map 3-pack, but also in the sponsored ads above as well, but also in the sponsored ads above, as well as the organic search results. However, because we track where clicks are coming from, we know that the visibility in Google Maps is the largest driver for their calls and overall business. Sure, they also get market share by being in the sponsored ads above and the organic results below. But the big takeaway here is that being ranked in the Google Maps is still the driving force here. And here's what I want you to notice. Justin, the owner of Bear Memorial Funeral Home, invests about $2,000 a month in SEO services. He pulls in around 100 leads per month through a mix of paid ads and organic search results. But since we're focusing on Google Maps today, let's break that down. In the competitive San Antonio market, where Bear ranks consistently in the Maps 3-pack, they're getting over 60 inbound calls every month directly from their position on Google Maps. Now, that kind of visibility in Google Maps translates directly into real business opportunities, driving calls and new families to their funeral home. We can't rely solely on paid search, right? Google Maps drives calls. So really what we need is a comprehensive strategy. And a big part of that is making sure that we're showing up in the Google Maps in the areas that we serve, in the communities that we serve. That's where a lot of the real organic traffic comes from. And it's crucial for driving leads and keeping business flowing. Now, let's talk about the biggest changes that are happening right now. The landscape is shifting, and it's crucial to stay ahead of the curve to keep your business competitive. These changes are affecting how you rank, how customers find you, and ultimately how you generate leads, right? So Google, if you notice here, the Google Map listings used to be 7, and now it's been reduced to 3. So if you were in the top 7, there was still a chance that your business would show there. Now, Google is serving paid ads in the map results as well. So a lot of times you'll see little sponsored, you'll see the word sponsored in bold right below the word businesses and a listing there. And that's actually a paid ad. And then Google Home Services is live in most major markets, right? So if we have Google Local Service Ads is live. Sorry, that was a typo. And then we have the local service ads and the map. And so it's critical to complete the advanced verification process that they have for the local service ads as well. Make sure that if you are looking to take advantage of that, which you should be, that you actually go ahead with the verification process. So the way that it used to look was like what you see here on the left, right? The map listings were mixed with the paid results at the top, but really look at how things have changed today. Now at the very top, it's clean and structured. You have the local service ads with the Google Guaranteed badge, followed by the traditional paid search results. And then right below that, you'll find those organic map listings. So it's a more streamlined layout, but this also means that your visibility on the map is more important than ever. So if you're not in that sweet spot, you're really missing out. So that's the main shift that we're seeing. Now, if you're participating in local service ads in your market, that's the Google Guaranteed section that you see at the top. And if you're already using it, then that's great. But last month, I hosted a session specifically on Google local service ads, how to set them up, how to optimize them, and most importantly, how to win that game. Because it's not just about pumping in a lot of money into that, right? It's not $1, $2, $5,000. No, there are specific strategies that you can use. For example, letting Google know what happens with the leads, and that closes that feedback loop. And that will actually help you, right? That will help your ad show more, as well as optimizing your Google local service ad profile it to stay more relevant, and you will actually be able to secure that spot in that 2 or 3 pack rotation that you see on the local service ads. So if you're not already doing this, and if you do a quick search and search for funeral home near me, you might notice those local service ads that pop up at the very top, right? They say Google guaranteed. They will have the ratings and they will have the phone number right there. Now, you'll notice that other people are doing that. So you should also be jumping on that opportunity that Google is providing. This is just another key way to get in front of potential customers and generate more leads directly from Google. If you haven't done this already, go to this link, adwords.google.com/local services/sign up, and you can start that process there. If you need help along the way, please feel free to let us know. Go to funeralmarketingpros.com and schedule a call with us. We'll help you through that process. So here's what I'm thinking. We don't just want to show up once someone types in your city in terms like funeral, cremation, cemetery, burial. We want to dominate that search result. And what does that mean? We don't want to just pop up when it's a paid ad or a local service ad. We want to show up 2, 3, or even 4 times on a page. And we do that by covering all the bases, right? We run local service ads. We optimize our map listing. We show up organically. We run Google ads for those key terms. And then we make sure that our third-party listings are optimized. Now, one of the big changes that has come up recently is that Google is just cracking down on fake listings. Now, in the funeral home and crematory industry, there are businesses out there that have created fake websites and Google business profiles just to rank higher, and then take those leads and try to sell them to actual funeral homes. Now, this has cluttered the search results, making it tough to tell what's real, who's trusted, what's a trusted business, and what's not. So to add to that, there are a lot of legitimate funeral homes that have been setting up multiple locations in the area to serve more families and get a larger reach. However, Google's response has been to tighten things up just across the board. So now more than ever, we've got to make sure that we're playing by the rules, keeping everything legit and making sure that your listings are solid. That way, your business stays in the game and can actually compete in this tougher, more competitive landscape. So I wanted to start off by highlighting the things that could actually be hurting your Google Map rankings. Most of you are students of the game, right? You attend webinars like this, you hire aggressive agencies to get you results, but sometimes things you've done in the past to rank number one may now be filtering your listings out or causing them to go away from search results altogether. So let's talk about what could be dragging you down and how to reverse that damage to get your business back in the game. So the actual office location, that's number one. The first and most critical factor, you need a real office in the city that you're targeting. So if you're a funeral home based in Miami and you want to rank for terms like Miami Funeral Services or Miami Cremation, you need an actual office there. But you can't be in Fort Lauderdale and try to rank for that, right? Now, in the past, people could use a home address or family member's place to rank. But Google now wants to highlight real businesses that can actually serve their customers and create a great user experience. So having a physical location with signage and a place where people can visit is key. Now, if you're in a nearby sub-city or other city or town, but you want to rank in the big city, it might be worth it to rent a small office, right? For example, if you're in Homestead and you want to rank in Miami, you can rent actually a sales office and you'll show Google that you're a legitimate business operating there. Now, playing games with virtual offices can work in smaller markets, but for larger cities, a true physical location is going to be your best fit. Now, number two, let's talk about fake listings. Next, some SEO companies used to create fake locations in surrounding cities and towns just to rank higher and capture more leads. Now, This worked for a short amount of time. Google caught on and started penalizing those listings. So if you still have fake or duplicate listings, they could be hurting your main listings rankings. One of the best things that you can do is clean up your listings by using tools like Google Map Maker. Delete, consolidate, or close any rogue listings so that your main real location won't be penalized and it will rank well. So number three, inconsistent name, address, and phone number, the NAP. This is really important. We'll be talking about this throughout this entire webinar. Now, inconsistency in your business name, address, or phone number across different platforms is another issue that could be holding you back. While it isn't as big of a problem as it used to be, if your business details are different across websites, across your website and Yelp and Yellow Pages and Facebook and other directories, really what it does is all of that creates confusion for Google. So Google wants to see a consistent business profile across the web. So it's worth taking the time to clean up any discrepancies in your name, address, and phone number. This is an easy win that can help boost your rankings quickly. And when I mention name, address, and phone number, folks, I'm not talking just like, oh, the address is totally wrong. No, exactly how you write that out. If you use the word suite, you need to use the word suite everywhere. If you use the hashtag, you have to use that everywhere. Unit, you have to use that everywhere. Be sure that that the way that you have that address on one place, preferably on your website, is the same place that you have it everywhere. Now, number four, keyword stuffing. All right. This is a great area that we've seen. It's just, stuffing keywords in a business name. So let's say that your business is legally named Sunrise Funeral Home, but on Google Maps, you've named it Sunrise Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Miami. Now, this can work for a short time. It'll give you a boost in search rankings for more keywords, but Google is strict about only using your legal business name. So if there's a manual reviewer from Google that catches this, your listing could be pulled down and it's a headache to fix. Some people have tried to get around it by creating a DBA, but honestly, it's not worth the risk, right? You're better off sticking to your actual name and optimizing the listing in other ways. Now, number five is lack of reviews, right? Finally, this is really the biggest one. Not having enough reviews can seriously hurt your rankings. Even if your listing is perfectly optimized, if you have just 5 reviews and your competitor has 500, guess who's going to get the calls, right? Guess who's going to be placed first? Now, ongoing review generation is also crucial. So I'm going to share some strategies later on how you can boost your review count, both with your current and past customers. Now, reviews are one of the fastest ways to move the needle on your Google Maps rankings. So now I'd love for you to take a moment and self-assess, right? What are 1 or 2 things that you could focus on right now, whether it be cleaning up your listings, fixing your name, address, and phone number, focusing on reviews? Think about that. Just 1 or 2 things, because what we get when we get all this information is a lot. And you really have to just break it down into small steps that you can take that are going to improve your rankings. Now, when we talk about Google Maps, it's not just about 1 or 2 terms like funeral home and cremation. There's a lot of different keywords that can trigger a map listing. But we found that it's not just the obvious terms, right? There's also plenty of opportunities with long tail keywords as well. So low competition terms are a great way to show up on Google Maps and grab those leads. And I've got a blended list of these keywords that you can check out at funeralmarketingpros.com/keyword list. Now, one of the most valuable things that you can do is pull together a list of all these keywords combined with the cities that you rank in. So for example, let's say that you're in Miami. Do you rank for terms like Miami cremation services, funeral home in Miami, memorial services Miami, or Miami pre-planning services? There are so many keyword combinations that you can optimize for, right? So the next step is to get a report showing you where you rank on Google and Bing for those keywords. Are you in the first spot, 10th, 50th? Figuring that out on your own can be tough, but unless you have the right tools. And I know most businesses aren't going to have access to these types of paid tools that a marketing agency would. So what I'd like to do is just offer you the chance to run that report for you. Again, this is completely free of charge. We'll show you exactly where you stand out and help you create a game plan to improve those rankings. All right, so here's a quick breakdown of some of the keywords you can start working with. Now, you want to take each of these keywords and pair them with the city or cities that you serve. So, for example, your city cremation services would become Miami cremation services or Dallas cremation services. And it's not just about cremation. Think about phrases like direct cremation cost, pet cremation, and more. Then, there's just a ton of variations that you can target. And this keyword strategy helps you rank for a wide range of searches that are going to pull in leads from people searching for very specific terms. So again, if you want to grab that list, head on over to funeralmarketingpros.com/keyword list. Now, this is a great way to get your foot in the door with less competition and more visibility on Google Maps. I've got that keyword list for you. I'm going to be providing it as a downloadable PDF. You can gain access to it anytime. But what I often see is that while it's great to have these lists, the next challenge is figuring out how those keywords combine with your specific area. For example, if you're in Miami, you want to rank for terms like Miami Funeral Home, like I mentioned earlier, right? But beyond Miami itself, there's also sub-cities and towns, right? Within a small radius. So even here in Miami, there's places like Kendall, Palmetto Bay, Doral, Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, Miami Beach, right? And you want to target all of those core services and in not just the main city, but also the surrounding cities or those sub-cities inside. So that can get a little cumbersome if you're trying to do, if you're not doing this every day, but it's crucial for maximizing your visibility across all of those local areas. We've worked with a lot of funeral homes and cremation service providers across the country. We've done our due diligence over and over. We know exactly what the right keywords are. And what we'll do is we'll combine those keywords for you with the service areas, starting with the main city and probably 5 surrounding towns. And this is going to give us several hundred targeted keywords. Then we use a tool that analyzes exactly where you're ranking on the Google Maps. And then from there, we can see if you're crushing it across the board or if there are still certain keywords that are not showing up. So awareness is just the first step to making real change. If you want to rank better on Google Maps, it's important to know where you stand. And if you'd like us to run a report for you, head on over to funeralmarketingpros.com/discovery. We'll enter in your website, your company details, and we'll find out where you're ranking. So go ahead and schedule that time to meet with us. Okay, so if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and schedule that time and we'll run the assessment for you. Now, let's shift gears, okay? Let's shift gears to the formula that we found works best to get ranked on the map in your service area. It might sound complex, but really it boils down to a few key components. Number one, you want to claim your Google business profile, okay? Sorry. You want to claim your Google business profile. You can do this just by searching for your business. If you haven't claimed it already, when you find it, you will see a button there where you can claim it or you can ask for permission to claim it. You want to have that because really that's what's going to give you the flexibility to update your address, make sure that it matches everywhere, upload photos, write a description, manage questions. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what we found works best when we optimize a profile. Now, number two, we want to build the name, address, and phone number consistency, right? So it's about building your consistency across the internet. So this means making sure that your business is listed across all the online directories like Nextdoor, Angie, and any, just like Nextdoor, Yelp, Facebook, Yellow Pages. There are two main goals here. Number one, get your business listed on as many directories as possible. And two, clean up any inconsistencies like the slight variations in your business name or address or the duplicates that need to be combined or removed. Having a properly optimized Google business profile combined with consistent citations across the web gives a strong vote of confidence to Google's algorithm. Now, number three, we want to build reviews. Now, third, you've got to build reviews from real customers in your true service area. There are tools out there that if you Google them, you'll find them. They offer fake reviews, but that's not something that we do, and it's not something that we recommend. And that's because Google tracks the details of every account. And trying to play a game to try to fake the reviews is really just playing with fire. Instead, focus on tapping into the volume of customers that you already have, right? If you have a percentage of your past customers that you think will leave a review, then you can create a process and reach out to them, have them do that. That's part of what we do with the funeral homes that we work with. And on a monthly basis, we also recommend that you have systems in place and preferably automations. We'll talk about that for you to be able to gather reviews from the people that you're serving on a monthly basis. So, and that the last part that I wanted to cover here is on-page SEO. So, on-page SEO matters, right? And what does that mean? On-page SEO actually means that Google is going to look at your website in order to see if you rank in the maps as well. So your website has to support the information on your Google business profile. They should both clearly show your services, the service area, and maintain consistency with the name, address, and phone number, right? So the authority and content on your website basically passes signals to Google and reinforces your presence on the map. So when you get all these elements working together, your map listing, consistent citations, a strong review strategy, and solid on-page SEO, you can dominate the map results and see the same kind of success we've been achieving for our clients. So at the end of the day, it's all about trust. Google wants to solve problems for their users. And by showing them that you're a trustworthy funeral home, you'll win the rankings game. Now let's talk about business profile trust signals. All right, we're going to cover this right now. These are the factors that Google looks at to determine how trustworthy and legitimate your business is. This is going to play a big role in how well you rank on Google. So your brand authority, okay? So you got a few more here. Your brand authority. Having strong brand presence online helps build trust with Google. Verification, right? How did you verify your business? Now, the higher the level of verification, the better it could be for your ranking. If Google asks you for a video, don't fret. It's not a big deal. Shoot the video. Really, that may help you, because if they're just asking for a phone or email, they may want to re-verify you in the future, right? Another one is total number of reviews. The more reviews that you have, the stronger your trust is to Google. The next thing is review velocity. This is about how quickly you're getting reviews. Now, Google likes to see a steady stream of recent reviews, not just reviews from a few years ago. Now, if you were recently unsuspended, if your Google profile was suspended and then unsuspended, don't think that it's a bad thing. It may actually be a good sign, because it means that Google took a closer look at you and found that you are a legitimate business. So this could actually help you. That was just a side note. Now, back-end engagement. Now, this refers to how often you're interacting with your Google business profile. Google wants to see that you're uploading photos, you're updating your information, you're responding to reviews, you're making sure that your hours are correct. They want to see that you're active and engaged with your profile. And they also want to see you have a complete profile, right? Lastly, you want to make sure that your profile is complete. Everything is filled out. You've got your logos, cover images, photos of yourself. If you have a team, if you have employees, you want to have those images on your Google business profile, because Google rewards that, and if it's complete and authentic, it's even better. So all of these trust signals work together to help your business rank higher and get noticed by potential customers. So in addition to citations and on-page optimization, there are some powerful link strategies that can help build your website's authority and improve your map rankings. And that's what we'll cover now. So one of the best strategies that we've seen with this is local sponsorships. Now, there's a lot of talk in the SEO world and the digital marketing world about link networks and something that we call PBX, a private blog network. These are networks that are set up by SEO companies to pass links to other sites and fabricate authority. Now, I bring this up because I want you to avoid building your entire strategy on things like PBX. It's risky and it can collapse like a house of cards. Instead, think about what real authoritative links would look like for your funeral home or crematory. One of the most valuable types of links that you can build from comes from local or organizations in your community. So we're talking about sports teams, schools, clubs, the Rotary Club, Kiwanis Club, all of those clubs, health organizations, sponsoring these groups, a lot of times that will include a backlink, a link back to your website. Now, whether it's to your homepage or your services page or pre-planning, it doesn't matter, right? It's coming back to your website. And those sponsorships, they not only help build authority, but they signal to Google that you're active and respected in your local market. Now, the good news is that local sponsorships are usually cost effective, right? They range from $25 to a few $100s. And most of the time, they're just like a one-time investment. So I highly recommend discussing this with whoever's doing your SEO. Try to identify sponsorship opportunities in your area. And beyond sponsorships, you can also get creative by hosting community events or meetups and post about them on social media and on community websites and Facebook groups and stuff like that. Now, another effective strategy is to create a local resources page on your website. So, for example, you could have a page that's dedicated to local businesses that you refer to, such as florists, caterers, grief counselors, and then you can link to their sites and in return, ask them to link back to yours. This builds a network of local, non-competing businesses that support each other's SEO effort. So, for example, if you're referring families to a grief counselor or some type of aftercare service, put a link to their website on your resources page, then ask them to link back to you as their preferred funeral home. It's a win. And Google sees this as a strong signal that you're well connected in your community. Now, if you sponsor any type of local programs, that's also another great opportunity to build authority and backlinks. So promoting sponsorships online, whether it be through their websites, blogs, events page, this can give you a boost that will really make you stand out in your market. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but these are the kinds of strategies that can really build your authority beyond claiming your Google listing, building reviews and citations. Now, everyone is already doing those basics. It's strategies like these: local sponsorships, community connections, and meaningful partnerships that give you the edge to dominate your Google Maps rankings and actually grow your business. All right, let's hit the key fundamentals for claiming your Google business profile the right way. Number one, obviously, I already spoke about this, have access to your profile. Number two, keep the company name accurate, right? Number three, add your website and your local phone number, right? Don't use an 800 number, by the way. Use a local number. Number four, use a real address, no PO boxes. Number five, max out photos and use local metadata. I haven't really touched on this yet, so I'm going to dive into it a little bit. Now, Google allows you to upload pictures to your profile. Really, don't just upload one picture, add several. And then Google actually prefers if you take those pictures with your phone or a device that's going to give it metadata. So it's going to give it the information like where the picture was taken. And then I would even go as far as renaming the photos, renaming the file name with keywords before you upload it. And that may also send a signal to Google, right? So remember, people want to do business with people that they trust. So yes, have your local, your logo, your facility, but focus on pictures of the owner, of the team. Show that you are people and that you are authentic. Now, number six, your hours, right? You want to make sure that you are not listing just the hours that you are there. You want to list the hours that you are available. For funeral homes, almost all actually all the funeral homes I work with list their hours as 24/7. Whether they answer the phone themselves or they're working with an answering service, they want to make it clear that anyone can call them at any time, and you should have that set. Now, by following these key steps, you're going to ensure that your Google business profile is fully optimized and ready to help you rank better on the map. So this is what your Google business profile looks like when you log in. You'll see a section on the side that's called info, and info is where you can update all of the important information, right? All the details like adding photos, updating your address, business hours, and more. Now, it could look like a little different on mobile, but the key here is to really familiarize yourself with this dashboard. I highly encourage you to log into it regularly, know your way around it, so that you can keep your listings fresh and optimized. So you want to make sure that your listing has been properly verified. And you'll know that it's verified because it'll have a seal on it. And if your listing is active but it's not verified, you might need to go through the video verification process that I mentioned earlier. But don't worry, that's a really simple process. Google just wants to see a quick video of you, your office, signage, and they want to confirm that this is a business, that this business is where it says it is, right? Once that's done, you can start adding photos, logo, and like I said earlier, you need to mix in personality-based pictures of yourself, of your team. This is going to make your profile authentic and engaging. Now, it's another interesting thing to note. There is an insights section in your business. There is an insights section in your Google business profile that gives you reporting on how your listing is performing. You can see how many times your listing was viewed, how many people clicked to call directly from the app, and some more stats there. Now, this is going to provide real insights that are beyond what you might already have from other systems, right? This helps you understand how people are actually interacting and engaging with your listing and where your leads are actually coming from. So here are some other best practices for optimizing your Google business profile. Don't just upload a bunch of photos at once and leave it. Google values consistent updates and activity on your profile. At least a couple of times a month, upload new pictures, ideally feature images of your team maintaining the facility, setting up for a service, thoughtfully assisting with arrangements. These genuine behind the scenes photos, they not only help SEO, but they can also help be used for social media and showcase how you guys approach the business. And then if possible, you want to record short videos of your staff explaining how your team helps with funeral arrangements, memorial planning, or any other services that you provide. Customers appreciate that kind of insight. If the family is comfortable, you might even capture a photo with them and your staff after a service. You want to show that you're building relationships. Now, another part of this is leveraging Google Posts. Google allows you to post directly to your profile. Ideally, you should post weekly, but at least once every 90 days. Like these posts can include offers, announcements, important updates, anything that you could share. Now, another overlooked area is responding to reviews. Now, we all know that reviews are key to both ranking and conversions. And while we focus heavily on getting reviews, many people forget to respond to them. Take a moment, thank the family for the reviews. Sprinkle in some keywords as well. That won't hurt. Does responding to reviews directly affect rankings? Maybe not, but it shows potential families that you care enough to engage with feedback. And don't ignore negative reviews. Always respond. Try to resolve things offline. Never speak negatively about a family, no matter the situation. Now, another valuable feature is Google's Q&A section. Now, this is a section that's going to allow you to answer common questions directly on your profile. So don't wait for questions to roll in. Seed your own. That's my advice, and that's what we do. Think, what are my most frequently asked questions? And then post those questions and answer them yourself. Again, including relevant keywords is a big plus here. Now, you might feel awkward posting questions and answering them yourself. This really is something that works. So highly recommend doing that. Okay, now let's talk about citations and consistency. So This is going to be super important. So let's move on to the next key piece, building consistency for your name, address, and phone number. This is all about having lots of citations that are consistent without creating duplicates. One of the biggest issues I see, especially when auditing funeral homes or crematories that aren't ranking well on the map, is that they've hired different people to handle this over time. And then each provider puts the business info into new platforms or directories, but they typically don't check for existing listings. So then what happens is that there's a lot of variations of your business that are scattered across the web. So what we want to do is make sure that your business is listed in as many places as possible, but without the absolute, but I'm sorry, but with absolute consistency and no duplication. So this means cleaning up any discrepancies, whether it's the name, address, or phone number, and then making sure everything matches perfectly across all directories. Now, this sends a strong signal to Google that you're a legitimate established business. So I'm going to share some of the best tools that we actually use that I recommend if you want to tackle this yourself or work with your providers. Now, one thing that you want to pay attention to are the data aggregators. When we think about citations, we usually focus on Google, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Hotfrog, Facebook, any directory sites that are out there. But most of those directory sites pull their data from data aggregators when they populate their directories. So there are four main data aggregators that essentially fuel the entire internet. Okay. And they are Factual, Axiom, Infogroup, and Newstar, the ones that you see right here. Now, if your business information is correct in those four places, it's going to be pushed out to all the big directories and even the new ones as they come online. So a lot of the smaller directories that source their data directly from will source their data directly from one of these four. So typically what I find is that if you update a listing in one directory, but when you check a few months later, the wrong information is back, it's because the data aggregators are still pushing outdated info. You're fixing the listing at a lower level, but the aggregators will always override and update that. So you got to make sure that the listing is correct there. And one of the best things that you can do, along with claiming your Google business profile, is ensure that your business has the correct and up-to-date information in these four aggregators. That way, your accurate info will be pushed to everything that may be industry specific as well as local directories automatically. Now, if you want to take control of your citations and make sure that everything is consistent across the web, there's some great tools out there that can help. These are the same tools that we use for our clients to clean up and manage their citations, ensuring that your business info is accurate and up to date across hundreds of directories. Here are some of the best tools for managing citations. Number one is Bright Local. This is great for tracking and managing your local listings. It helps you find inaccuracies and it cleans them up across the web. Number two is White Spark. This is known for helping businesses build local citations. So this tool can help assist in finding new citation opportunities as well as manage existing ones. Next is Advice Local. Now, this is a great tool for distributing your business info to directories and other data aggregators. Next is Moz Local. Now, this helps you manage your online listing and ensures consistency across major directories. This also alerts you when something is off with your name, address, and phone number, right? Next is Yext. Now, Yext integrates with a ton of directories and allows you to control your business data from one dashboard. It's a great tool for making updates quickly across many platforms at once. Now, these tools will help ensure that your name, address, and phone number are consistent everywhere and that no duplicates are floating around. This is going to give Google more confidence in your business, which is essential for higher map rankings. All right, now that we've covered the tools for managing your citations, let's talk about best practices for making sure that your Google business profile is optimized and that you're showing up in all of the right places, right? First, you want to manually claim and optimize your Google business profile. This is a non-negotiable. Make sure that your name, address, and phone number are correct. Don't forget to add photos, services, and anything else that can help your funeral home stand out. Next is to use a tool like Yext. Yext is a powerful tool because it allows you to update your info across 50 of the top citation listings through one simple platform. So it's going to save you really a ton of time and keeps everything in sync. Also, don't forget about data aggregators. Getting listed in major aggregators helps push your info out to tons of directories automatically, which is going to boost your visibility. And lastly, you can leverage tools like Bright Local, Whitespark, or Logan X to dig into more industry citation opportunities, right? These tools can help you find directories that you might not have thought about and clean up any inconsistencies that are hurting your rankings. So if you follow these best practices, you're going to make sure that your funeral home information is consistent and accurate across the web, which will ultimately help you rank higher and attract more families. So it's really all about making it easy for people to find and trust you online. Okay, so we have covered a lot so far. And the next thing that we want to dive into is reviews. I really want you to understand this. Reviews are the number one factor when it comes to ranking higher on Google Maps and on getting more customers. Now, out of everything that we've discussed, this is going to play the biggest role, right? We're talking about quantity, quality, and frequency of the reviews. This can make or break your ranking. And this is going to directly impact how potential families actually see your business. Now, the number of real reviews from actual customers in your service area is crucial. Now, we're not talking about fake reviews, right? I already spoke about that. We want authentic feedback from real people who have experienced your service firsthand. And it's not just about reviews on Google. We want to see reviews across the web. We're talking about Yelp, Facebook, Yellow Pages, all of those. Of course, we want to make sure that Google is dialed in first. If you are already ranking well with Google, if you have great reviews, then you can focus on the other platforms. Or you can ask people to give you reviews across multiple platforms. Now, here's what I recommend to really boost your review games. You have to leverage tools to request reviews right after a service. I won't say right after, because really it depends. You have to feel this out. Okay. And number two, I think that the most powerful thing is automating those review requests. When you try to set this up and do it yourself every time, what you'll notice is that you'll forget, things fall through through the cracks, more important things come up, and really automations are your friends. So what we do here is we use a tool that we built. It's very inexpensive for funeral homes, and basically it sends out a thank you message and then it sends out a review request. If you are not using automations, I recommend that you just put it on your calendar, follow up with a phone call, thank them, ask them for a review request as well. If you can get a QR code, send that over to them, see if you can get a review that way. But the idea is to get the review. This is going to be the most important thing. Let the family know that if they had a positive experience, it would mean the world to you if they would give you a review and share that information with everyone so that you can continue servicing families just like theirs. I won't spend too much time on this since we've already been going for a while, and I want to respect everyone's time. I've done a full training on page optimization and what to do with your website to improve your outcomes. So I don't want to dive too deep in here. Really, what I recommend if you want to go, because we can really go in deep here, and really it deserves that. I recommend that you go back and watch the other recording. It's called the New SEO Formula, where I actually give you step-by-step information on how to update your on-site optimization, your on-site SEO, which will send Google the signals that it needs so that you rank on the map. Now, other than that, what I would like to talk about is off-page SEO. These are key actions that happen outside of your website, but still significantly will impact your Google Map rankings. Okay? And what you want to do, I've mentioned this several times. You want to claim it. You want to claim and optimize your profile. You want to get lots of citations, build up online reviews, have authoritative links back to your website, have content syndication, right? So that means that you're not just going to write a blog, you're going to share it and you're going to syndicate that. There's tools out there to syndicate that through networks, like news networks. And really, by focusing on these off-page strategies, you can enhance your website's authority and position yourself correctly in the Google Maps. Unfortunately, guys, it's not enough to just throw up a single blog post anymore. Those days are over. Google's algorithms are way more sophisticated, and they're looking for authority, signals, and engagement across multiple platforms. So to really stand out and rank, we need to go beyond content and start focusing on strategic authority building. Now, let me introduce you to a new authority signal generation approach. Now, this is a cutting edge content marketing approach. It's basically leveraging platforms, leveraging a platform to build expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. So that's what Google looks for now, these three factors. And these factors are key to achieving superior search visibility, showing up on Google, and showing Google that your business is the best answer to people's queries. Because at the end of the day, that's what showing up is all about. So this isn't just about posting content, it's about syndicating valuable, authoritative information that positions your business as a trusted leader in the industry. This is going to ensure that Google views your site and your content as high quality, which is absolutely crucial for ranking higher in search results. Okay? And I want to talk a little bit more about that EAT, expertise, authority, and trust, right? So with expertise, you want to create high quality, structured, and media rich content that provides real value. For authority, you need to boost this credibility and boost it to news outlets, all right? And then trust is earned by authoritative backlinks, right? That means that links from authoritative sites are linking back to you. And I already gave you that strategy earlier. But these factors are going to improve the visibility that you have on the local maps. And this is what we call the SEO periodic table. This is what we call the SEO periodic table, which translates the key elements that contribute to strong performance. We've got content. You want to focus on quality, keywords, freshness to ensure that your content is relevant and engaging. Architecture to make sure that your site is mobile friendly. We want to make sure that it's fast. You have strong URLs and structure. Trust and links. We want to build authority through backlinks and focus on engagement and reputation and really show your trustworthiness. And then emerging fields. We want to keep an eye on voice search, local SEO, and rich media, photos and videos. So on the other hand, we want to avoid SEO toxins. That's like keyword stuffing, cloaking. These things can harm your rankings. So by focusing on these elements and avoiding harmful practices, you'll create a strong SEO foundation that Google values. And then let's talk a little bit more about the most important factors that Google considers when assigning a page quality ranking. Now, these are key for ensuring that your website ranks. The purpose of the page, is the content clear and fulfilling the intent of the user? EAT, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, right? The crucial factors. Main content quality, right? Google assesses the depth and quality of the main content on your page. So the more useful and valuable that it is, the better. Website information. Google wants to know who's responsible for the main content. They want clear author information and to boost credibility. And then there's the website reputation. A positive online reputation helps build trust with Google and with potential customers, right? So if you focus on these elements, you're going to improve your page quality ranking and in turn your rankings. Now, Google uses a different algorithm for local searches with three key factors. Number one, proximity. How close is your business to the searcher? You want to use zip codes and geo coordinates in your content. Number two, relevance. Is your content optimized for the search term? So you want to include business Categories, funeral home specific citations and relevant keywords. Number three is prominence. How authoritative is your business? Focus on EAT, reviews, brand mentions, and link signals. Now, when it comes to the website, here's what we focus on. And I'm going to give you this list, which I think is going to be super helpful for you. So we focus on create pages for each service and each city that you serve with unique content on every page. You want to claim and optimize your Google business profile. We've talked about that a lot. You want to regularly post fresh content on your blog, but here's where we added a twist, right? We added using a syndication network. So when we write a blog post about funeral planning tips, we push that out through local news sites. We want to have embedded maps. We want to link back to the service page, and we want to build powerful signals to improve your rankings. So this approach is a game changer for increasing visibility and boosting SEO. And trust me, we could spend another 45 minutes just on Google Maps, but with this, with what you have right in front of you, this should be very helpful. All right, we've come to the end, and I want to thank you all for sticking through this. I want to thank you all for watching the video. I hope you found everything here valuable, and you should have a clear picture on how to get your funeral home or crematory ranked on Google. Now, if you're ready to take things a step further, we would love to offer you a free online marketing plan, right? We're going to dive deep into your visibility. We want to see where you rank for the most important keywords, analyze your directory listings, review your social presence, and even assess how well your website converts visitors into leads. Now, this is a completely no obligation offer. It's designed to give you clear insights into where you're doing well and where there's room for improvement. If that sounds good, feel free to give us a call, 855-674-1008, or visit us at funeralmarketingpros.com, and you can schedule a call through there. We'll run a detailed report. We'll go over everything. We'll create the plan for you. This is what we specialize in. We love working with funeral homes and crematories. So rest assured, folks, you are in good hands. And in addition to that, don't forget to download our 2024 guide to Google Maps. That's what you just went through here. This is a comprehensive resource that covers everything that you need to know on how to get your funeral home or crematory ranked on Google Maps. Whether you're just starting or looking to fine-tune your current strategy, this guide has all the key insights. Now, go ahead and grab your copy there. You can go to go.funeralmarketingpros.com/maps. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next webinar. Take care.